Hey friends, today we're going to talk about watermelons, all the watermelons I have, their current growth process to see if maybe some are almost ready to harvest. I've got a few that are dying off, so I want to show you what I did wrong, and I have some in different places and they're reacting differently, so let's get started. And as usual, it is windy and I've got my AC unit. But I'm taking you over here where I mainly have my watermelons. So I have them in this bed, and I just shared my tomatoes. So they're sharing the same bed. And they're doing all right. If you're entering the garden, you come through and I'm gonna take you on a turn. This is the bed where they're at. It's straightforward, and you can tell I have vines coming everywhere. This is where they start, and I believe I have 2 or 3 that are coming from here. And you see how some of this is dying off? Well, that means that I should have watermelon over there that's getting ready to be harvested. I think it still has a ways to go, but it is in the very back of the next bed. Let me get back there and show you. Here we are. See my big watermelon. I didn't get the really large kind because of where I was gonna put them. And here's another one. You see the difference? They might be in the same vine, and this one didn't get as much of the energy as that one. But let's take a look. You see this? Zoom in. You see that little piece right there? And I'll probably zoom in, or you know what? Let me just pick it up. That, well, see, it just came off. Oh, wow, okay. So this one was already ripe and it didn't fully grow. So it did crack. It must have been because we're getting a lot of rain right now and it split. For the other watermelon, do you see how the vine continues that way? Well, I didn't cut this off and I should have. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And that should give this watermelon some more energy, and hopefully it ripens soon. It's not ready yet. You look at the stem there. And it's really hard for it to be back here as well. It's not easy getting back there. I should have moved it when it pollinated, and I didn't, so that's a lesson learned. I should have cleared this area so much sooner, because you see, you have to really trim all of the vines that are coming from the vine that has the watermelon, so the energy does go there. And then as I'm here, I noticed this one is going through the fence, and then, well, I don't know if you can see, well, I couldn't zoom in, but the neighbor is letting my watermelon vine grow on his side. He's cut the lawn and the vine is just on top. So I wonder if he has a watermelon. So I can't cut that one. I don't wanna cut it, because then I feel bad. I hope it's okay. I've got one watermelon there, and then I have another one growing in this awkward place. Just on the other side, next to this tomato, I have a watermelon growing there. Isn't that cool? So I'm gonna move it, follow it, and see where it leads me to, and hopefully I can put it on the bed, because I'm sure it's gonna get bigger and it will fall and crack, and I don't want that. Well, the vine wasn't that big, so I'm able to now switch it over to the bed. Now that that area is cleared, I'm gonna follow these, because somewhere along the vine here, here's another watermelon. It's getting big as well. You don't want all of that and no fruit. So once you get that pollinated fruit, take everything else off. No more trailing vines, because from this one vine, you can get another vine, another vine, another vine. So it just grows, and I will show you an example of that shortly. And I didn't do this sooner because I just really liked the vines. I really wanted to see what it would do. Last year I grew some watermelon and it wasn't real successful. And so this is the year to just let them do their thing, but I know now it's time. I want to harvest the watermelon, so it is time to manicure them and getting them ready for a harvest. Here's a good example. This is just a bigger growth and no fruit, and it just lands just straight at the main connection there. I took some off, but I honestly don't want to take any of that off, even though it doesn't have fruit, because it just looks so pretty. And we're just gonna let it stay there. Oh, and over here, you see how it's already looking bare? So if I really take those vines off, this is just gonna look really bad. Some of it looks really full, which I have to come and do that to my cantaloupes because I have watermelon here and then cantaloupe on this side. So I've got too much vining going on. Next time I'm definitely going to probably keep the cantaloupe because it's so beautiful the way it just cascades down, and probably put the watermelon somewhere else. Over on this side, I've got a watermelon or a few watermelons that just really didn't like it over here. I think that it was just really sunny. I need to look at my I have a book that explains what diseases and stuff are on certain things. Either that or it's just dying off. It's not gonna do well at all. But if I follow it over here, I've got a little baby one that is looking pretty good. And maybe we have another one growing. I don't know, it might look too sad already. But this one's doing good. And then back here is the other trail of vines, and it doesn't look really good. So I don't think it did well in this area. Over on this side, I experimented, and I also stuffed some here, which are not doing well, except I have a new one that looks pretty healthy. There might be a small watermelon on this side, but it just doesn't look really good at all. And I know this one did get some shade, so I don't know if it's too much shade or just the location. Then over here on this side, I snug a couple, and I have 2 watermelons. So I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna cut here, and I'm also gonna cut here so it doesn't trail out. This is what I should have done. See, it's only, whoops, sorry. It's only 1 watermelon per vine. It's just 1 vine, and then this is the other one. We'll see how these do. I don't know if they look like they're gonna grow, but at least I tested the area, and I can rule it out if it doesn't work. Another place, the one I was gonna show you, where I put some watermelon. Actually, I added some where the zinnias are too. I snuck one in there before the zinnias were as giant as they are. And this is how the watermelon is doing. Not too bad. Maybe we can get something. It is also late June, so I highly doubt it, but never know. You see this one? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 watermelon plants, and I don't think I have one watermelon. And you see the difference? They have just vined like crazy, and I think it's just now setting fruit. I see some female blooms, and maybe we are lucky, but it is quite late. It's towards the end of June, so we should have already had some fruit setting. It worked as a ground cover, and it's shading my little trees. And I really wanted to just show you real quick. That's all the watermelons. But I wanted to show you one of my, actually the cantaloupe plant, because it's just gorgeous, and I have quite a few, so I'll just give you a glimpse of what I have. In this same spot, I have that one. Back here I have a large one. And okay, this is what I was telling you. Look how beautiful the vines are for a watermelon. And got one back here. So I do need to do some trimming, but that one's growing. And I have all of this, and I'm not sure if I even have a watermelon. I mean, sorry, cantaloupe. Whoops. Over here, I have this one. That's growing. And I snuck that one in there with cucumbers. This is cucumber. And then I also have some there, and I put things everywhere. Since this is the first time with these beds, I was playing it safe. I have another one here, which this is another one that just has a lot of vining. Look how far it goes. I snuck another one in this corner that's vining out, and I snuck another one in this corner that is vining towards my basil. I haven't even looked in there. We love melons. I love melons. Oh man. I wanted to show you that before I came and chopped it off. It's not too much, but I should have done it sooner. And it's June 23rd, and there's quite a lot growing. And it's not as successful as I thought it would be, but obviously I didn't hand pollinate. I let it run its course, and I think next time I will do that. Next time I will hand pollinate, which I might do that over there in the front. And it just looks so pretty. So I loved it trailing on the floor. I don't know if I would put them on a trellis. I think next year I'm just gonna let them do their thing along all of the beds, because I just love the walkway. Look, like I get to walk through this. I just love it. I think it's awesome. Isn't that awesome? I just love it. I'm dropping things everywhere. That's it. That's it. No more. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helps you. If not, I wish you the best growing your watermelons, and I hope if you haven't done so, you do it next year. See you later. And I also need to prune them.